Let's solve the following linear inequality. So here we have a rational expression 6x minus 5 divided by 4x plus 1. So what we'll do, we'll begin by finding out some critical values. Now critical values are defined as those values of x where the numerator goes to 0 and also the denominator goes to 0. So when we solve for x, we have x equals to 5 over 6 and 4x plus 1. Solving for x gives us negative 1 over 4. Now what we'll do, we will consider a real number line. On the real number line, we will plot these 2 points. So one is negative, so let's put it on the left hand side. So this will be negative 1 over 4 and the other one is positive 5 over 6. We'll divide our number line into 3 regions. So we have region number 1, region number 2 and region number 3. Our task will be to find out the sign of this rational expression 6x minus 5 divided by 4x plus 1 in these 3 regions. How do we do that? So we'll begin with region number 1. For that, we will consider a value of x which lies in region number 1, or in other words, what's the consider a value of x which is less than x equals to negative 1 over 4. So we'll take negative 1 and we'll substitute into a rational expression. So we have 6 times negative 1 minus 5 divided by 4 times negative 1 plus 1. So that means we have negative 6 minus 5, so that's negative 11, divided by negative 4 plus 1, so that's negative 3. So the negative and negative goes away, we have a positive value. Now this is going to be true for any values of x which is less than negative 1 over 4. So that means in region number 1, we have obtained a positive value. Next, we will go to region number 2. Now in region number 2, we're going to consider a number that lies between negative 1 over 4 to 5 over 6. So let's say we'll take the value x equals to 0. That means we have 6 times 0 minus 5 divided by 4 times 0 plus 1, which gives us negative 5 over 1, or negative 5, which is a negative number. So that means if we consider a number lying between negative 1 over 4 or 5 over 6, or that means a number in the region number 2, the sign of the rational expression will be negative. And we'll finally do region number 3. So we're going to consider a number which is greater than 5 over 6 or lying in the region 3. So let's take number 4. We'll have 6 times 4 minus 5 divided by 4 times 4 plus 1. So when we solve this, we'll see that we obtain a positive number. That means our region 3 is a positive one. Now coming back to our linear inequality, to solve this linear inequality, all it says is that find the value of x such that the rational expression 6x minus 5 divided by 4x plus 1 is less than 0. That means negative. We have already divided our real number line into 3 regions. So this is the region where we have the expression 6x minus 5 divided by 4x plus 1 having a negative value. So this is going to be a region of solution. Fine. So since this is a region of solution, so we will consider this region. Now the question is, what about the endpoints? Are the endpoints part of the solution? What if we take x equals to negative 1 over 4? Can we take this? No, we cannot, because if we take x equals to negative 1 over 4, so this is the denominator, we have a division by 0, so that is not included. So this cannot become a part of a solution. We'll put a bubble here. And what about 5 over 6? 5 over 6, if we substitute into your expression, this becomes 0. Now 0 is not less than 0. We can say 0 is less than, that is what we get when you substitute x with 5 over 6 into our expression. So this is not possible. So that means 5 over 6 is also not a part of our solution. And if we want to write it in the interval form, so that will be, we have negative 1 over 4 to 5 over 6, and these endpoints are not included, so it's an open interval. Or if we write in the terms of x, so we have all values of x which are greater than negative 1 over 4, but it's going to be less than 5 over 6. So these are the 3 ways to represent the solution of a given linear inequality.